Morning is Saturday now. We didn't get to work yesterday because it was pretty much a rain out all day here in western Pennsylvania. So today we've got 2 additional yards of mulch. We'll be working the rest of the side porch here in this front area that had been mulch or had been sod. We scraped all the sod out. Mackenzie and Jennifer worked on that. So it's all cleaned out now. We'll put the fabric down and then the mulch on top. We'll work our way down the rest of the porch. Just a lunchtime update. Now put the mulch under each of the flowering pear trees, along with a couple red hot pokers to come up through each year. Makes a big difference around these trees. Helps me not have to trim as much underneath them, because the John Deere mower with the cab can't get under the limbs, so it becomes all push mowing and weed whacking. You can see here under the porch, this is all done now. Really glad we went with the dark chocolate mulch. I think it matches the house. Our house is a beige. The porch is a little bit of a cedar, so the dark brown looks good. And that's where we are right now. This is how much of that extra yard that you saw us get earlier. That's 5 yards total that we bought. And just a project update, we've put the fabric and mulch in this area. We decided not to put any plants or flowers in this area because it gets very limited sun, just a couple hours when the sun's between the roof of the garage and the roof of the porch. So that area would just be mulch. This area was still sod. We didn't scrape all the sod off of this area. That's a pretty large area. We did put the fabric down on top. We cut a hole for this plant to come back up. I know it looks dead now, but it will come up later in the summer. And we left some space around when we cut that hole so that it could continue to grow wider over time. And next we'll do this area. This wasn't really any sod or anything. It was mostly just gravel from underneath the cement pad of the garage. So we'll put the mulch on top of that. And then this area to the left and right of the stairs as they go down to the back entrance of the house, we're still contemplating how we want to cover that. We think probably flat stones on both sides. I think that would look nice around the pot, and then on this side it would make it a lot easier to mow and trim. But like I said, we're not decided on that exactly right now, so we'll figure that out and we'll get back to you. Okay, so just to wrap up with this project, a little background. We had actually called a couple years ago a couple different landscaping companies to come out and take a look at this project, and it seemed like it was either too small a project or they were too busy to be able to fit it into their schedule. So just to fill you in on what we've done here, we ended up using 5 yards of mulch. So if you had bought that at a box store, that'd be 68 bags. That would have cost $226. We used 1 roll of landscape fabric. That was $30. And if we had someone do this professionally, just based on what we know from other people who have hired professionals, that would have been about $700. So it's about $950 in total that this would have cost to have someone else do it. We did it ourselves, so the mulch bulk was $150 for 5 yards. And we took our truck out and got that filled at a local landscaping place. We'd highly recommend that if you have the ability to do that. If not, they will actually deliver for a small fee to your location. So I'd consider that instead of the bags if you had the option. And we spent $30 on the landscape fabric, so our total was $180. So that saved us at least $800 or $750. So we're really happy with the end result. We think it really increased the curb appeal of the house. We're happy that we did it ourselves. We were stressed about doing it at first, but in the end, we're really happy with the end result.